I'm hot, not hypes.
Me.
Always hype.
Always hype, always hype. Oh god. Oh god. Didn't like my transition. Okay. Wait, this is the wrong one.
Oh yeah, apparently Fall Guys is free to play currently.
I saw it's on Epic Games. Yeah, I want to play that again at some point. I
We
have it on
should all do that
PlayStation,
off-stream.
so
I need to.
I'm
I
down.
love that game, but no one ever wanted to fucking play it.
We'll
play
change
together.
that.
Just not right now.
Just right now. We're not doing it. I gotta download it. Yeah, no, I'd be down. Alright, hello everyone.
But I need to re-download it if I was going to play with you, but I didn't know when to play.
Is it crossplay too? Like between like Epic and Steam?
I believe so, yeah.
Ooh.
It should be because there's a like All Guys account or something like that. Like
Yeah, it's connected to your Epic Games, right? Or something. I think. Okay. Are you all ready? We left off at a cliffhanger, so we're gonna get right into the action. You can see it, right? I have to say this every time.
Oh, I already told you that.
Okay. Let me fix that. I don't know why it just kills itself sometimes. There. You can see that now, right?
Yes, now we're good.
Okay. I changed the message and sent another email. But still nothing happens. I make another one. Send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? Think. Why didn't the email work? What if Moika changed addresses when she got a new phone? Are you there?
Still not working?
I tried 2 more times, but nothing. I feel uneasy for some reason. What is it?
Okabe, what's wrong?
Gaudy purple. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. Nothing changed?
Huh? What hasn't changed?
Why is it the same as before Moika sent her D-mail? Moika's D-mail said don't change models. She should have she should have had a different phone when she sent it. No way. Moika's D-mail wasn't about her phone. It was about her VTuber model. It explains how it affected the IBM 5100. It also explains why my cancellation D-mails aren't working. That sneaky little... The door violently shakes behind my back. It smells stronger than before. It's as if she's slamming something hard and heavy against the door. She's crazy. I suppose I should be thankful that she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like right now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moika again and wring the information out of her. Both Ferris and Lukaku remember their D-mails.
Okabe! Okabe! Answer me!
Christina.
What's that pounding? Are you okay?
Moika's D-mail wasn't about a model exchange.
What do you mean?
She must have changed the text right before we sent it. That's why the cancellation mails aren't working.
Did you check her history? It might still be there.
Her arrival history. Of course. Even if it's not in her sent history, it should still be in the arrival history. I don't know what Moika's email said, but I know exactly who she sent it to. I should have thought of that. Checking now. If Moika's phone hasn't changed, even better. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the last week. Almost all from FB. Christina, I seem to be in a spot of trouble. If I fall, I'm leaving the rest to you.
Don't be ridiculous. If you're in trouble, then get out of...
I hang up. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moika could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now. I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing.
Okabe!
I get goosebumps. Her screech raises hairs all over my body. But then I remember what I'm here to do.
Get back.
First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command. It's too dangerous to let her be. There's no time. It's now or never. Our bodies collide.
Get it back.
I should have known she wouldn't give up. If someone walks in at this point of the stream, they're gonna be very confused. Why you? Letting you escape into your own little world again. You don't have that right.
Give it back.
Come and get it. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. I can keep this up as long as I have to. Who's going to tire her out first? Moika, without a doubt.
Why did you take it? Give it back. Give it back.
Keep screaming. I don't care about your phone issues. I don't care about FB. You don't kill her on this world line. And the world lines where you did have already been erased. But I remember. I remember everything you did. Everything that never happened. I'll never forget that you killed my Yuri. I'll never forgive you. So there's no escape for you today. We're gonna stay here as long as it takes. Until now, I've always run away from facing Moika. But I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her D-mail said, so it can be undone. So let's be honest with each other, huh?
Give it back! Give it back! I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. Let me go. I'll tear your fucking eyes out.
So you can talk without your phone. I'm impressed.
You piece of shit. I'll cut you with a kitchen knife.
I'm a mad scientist. Dissection is my specialty. Oh no. Maybe don't say that last word.
I'll just do the first part. Die!
Go for it.
Die! Help!
Huh? This woman's out of control. Oh, do you want to take that, Amumu? I think it's just a random neighbor.
Hello, this is Nishida from next door. Is everything okay? Do you need the police? If not, then can you please keep it down? The walls here are pretty thin.
Damn, I didn't think about that. Can't have her calling the police. What now? I need to silence Moika somehow. Hi, Demon Boy. Hello?
Oh.
Sex? In my video game? Oh, that was you, Amumu.
Kids these days.
Oh, what a relief. Ugh. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. She bit me! Don't act like it's your first time. You're older than me, remember? How much time has passed? Sex AO. It feels like I feel like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moika hasn't said a word since I kissed her. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down.
Akabe-kun? What do I have to do?
I never thought she'd be the one to extend a olive branch. Demon Boy, please don't say that in chat. Oh, I didn't mean to time you out. Shit, hold on. How the fuck do I change that? I meant to just delete the message. Is there a way to undo that? Fuck, I don't know how to Twitch. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. How to remove a timeout on, not Discord, Twitch. Clear timeout.
Mod when you need one.
/ end timeout.
Overwrite the timeout with a new 1 second one. That's how you do it. Oh, you did it? Yowzy, thank you. I'm sorry. I just meant to delete the message is all. What's your language? Yeah, no, Twitch doesn't like that word, and it was in this script and we skipped it, so just please don't avoid using that word. Thank you. This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill. Do you remember sending a D-mail?
A D what?
D-mail. The email that you send to the past. You sent one to your own phone. You led me to think it was about a phone model exchange. But you changed the text before you sent it. Your D-mail changed the past. Don't you remember?
I don't know.
You do know. You just haven't remembered yet. Oh, sorry, Nezumi. Remember. Remember, or else. Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moika. Have another plan to make her remember.
I really don't know. If I could remember, I would.
Just give me 1 second.
But I don't remember anything.
Just a little more, and her resistance will end. Fine. I'll change the question. You received a strange email about 2 weeks ago. It came from your own number, and it was dated several days in the future. You remember? Good. That was the D-mail. What did it say?
If I tell you,
I'll return your phone.
fuck you. I won't tell you.
Why not?
It's my mission.
Why is he on top of her? Because she's trying to kill us to get our phone back. What's she talking about? I recall what Moika told me on a previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. The IBN 5100. It was about the IBN 5100.
How much do you know?
I'm asking the questions here. Just answer.
I can't. I won't betray FB.
So you're choosing FB over your phone? How loyal. But Mayuri's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. She's running out of willpower. She won't be able to hold out much longer. If she won't talk now, then I'll just wait until she will. Is it really that painful to not have your phone? Why are you so dependent on it?
I can't talk to people.
You're talking right now, aren't you?
If I can't use mail, then I'll be cut off from the world.
What? You fishing for sympathy? You're just afraid of being abandoned by the Rounders, aren't you?
No, not the Rounders. FB.
It's the same thing, isn't it? Then don't say the world. You're the one who killed an innocent girl. You're the one who erased my Yuri from the world.
I didn't kill her.
Not on this world line, maybe. But on another world line. You came to steal our time machine. You killed her. You killed my Yuri! In another world line. When I talked to her below the overpass, she told me that my Yuri was unnecessary. It didn't matter to CERN whether she lived or died.
FB told me to. Then yes, I killed her.
Who is FB? Where the hell is he? I asked her the same questions back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have the backup this time. Moiga's position in the rounders has changed.
I can't tell you.
Then let me tell you something. Listen good. If you're holding out for backup, you can forget it. Nobody's coming to save you. The pain and despair are just gonna get worse. And in 4 days, you'll kill yourself. I came here from the future using the time machine CERN wants so badly. That's how I know. You kill yourself in this room. All alone. Your precious FB doesn't save you. No one does. Not the Rounders, not CERN, and not the Committee of 300. Thank you for the holy water. Your boss hasn't replied to your mails, has he? You know why? Because you've been abandoned. Thank you for the praise. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know that I'm causing this woman pain. I'm clearly hurting the woman in front of me. Insane mad scientist my ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite. He doesn't deserve your loyalty. Tell me everything.
FB wouldn't betray me. FB wouldn't abandon me.
Then why do you kill yourself in 4 days?
You kill me and make it look like a suicide.
I wouldn't need to cover up if I killed you. I'd just undo your death with my time machine. When I got here, you were sitting in the corner like a limp rag, crying about how FB wouldn't answer. Remember? Goodbye, demon boy. How many days has it been? How often did FB contact you before? When did it stop?
It used to be every day. But it's already been 10 days.
10 days with no contact, correct?
I won't betray FB.
FB betrayed you.
I believe in FB.
He threw you away. FB used you. Now your usefulness has ended.
FB isn't like that.
Then what sort of person was he?
She was gentle to me, like a mother. I finally had a place I belonged.
FB is a woman?
I talked to her about my worries. She always replied right away. Like a friend, but gentle. Accepting.
Have you met her? Moika shakes her head weakly. You haven't met? Even though she's like your mother? Your friend? Damn, if they had met, then I could have gotten Moika to lead me to her.
Branders must hide their identities from one another.
So you've talked, but you never met. But you must have wanted to meet her, right? Even if it was against the rules.
No! No! It would ruin everything if she saw the real me.
Did she ever say she wanted to meet you?
No, never. And I never asked.
Hey, Moika, we should collab sometime. Said 10 days ago. It's pretty
How
good.
collabs work.
Yeah. So no phone calls either then? Didn't you wonder why? Why would such a kind, gentle woman refuse to meet you in person? Was it really just the rules? Then why isn't she returning your emails now? Think about it. She was using you. You were tricked.
Don't say that. She's not like that.
Why did her last email, what did her last email say before she stopped contacting you?
Leave the IBM 5100 at the designated location.
This points to only one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBM 5100. What was the designated location?
A coin locker in front of Dabaru.
Wait, isn't that where Lukaku hid the IBM 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of the convergence? Can I retrieve the IBM 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moika's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I am using your phone. I open Moika's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It feels like looking for a needle in a haystack. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. The mail was sent on August 4th at 2:37 p.m. and received on July 31st at 10:37 a.m. Just as I suspected, Moika changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail.
Okabe!
You at the lab?
Don't worry me like that, idiot.
What? Were you worried about me?
I mean, you set off an obvious death flag. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Where are you now?
I'm standing by at the lab.
Set up the machine. I'm sending another D-mail.
Destination?
July 31st, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on the 30th. Oh, that's you, sorry.
11 a.m. on the 31st. Okay, all set.
Alright. Activated.
Activated. Well?
Nothing. Why won't it change?
Another mistake?
No, there's no way. I know what Moika's message said. This D-mail should have canceled it. What the hell's wrong this time?
What did the first email say?
That the IBN 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. I tried to cancel it by telling her it's a trap, but it didn't work. I'll try to phrase it differently.
Wait, we went through this with the Lotus 6 experiment, remember? The person who reads the D-mail chooses whether or not to act accordingly. Kiryu learned that the IBN 5100 was at the shrine, though the cancellation mail came right afterward. I guess she ignored it and went anyway.
She didn't believe the cancellation mail. Or maybe she was so diligent she decided to check it out even when told not to. I glance at Moika.
Damn. Even when told it was too risky to go to the shrine, she went anyway.
We need a more persuasive message. Something that will prevent her from going to the shrine.
Like what?
That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? What if I sent a D-mail to myself on July 30th? I could beat her to the IBN 5100.
Were you even interested in the IBN 5100 then?
When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Moika to listen? FB.
What?
Moika's handler. She's obsessed with FB. If the mail comes from FB, she'll do whatever it says.
Do you have FB's phone?
No, they haven't even met. I don't know where FB is.
And there's nothing we can do.
Give me a little time.
Gonna make me wait again? Well, I've been pulling all-nighters recently, so whatever. Just don't do anything stupid, okay?
So even after prying answers at Moika, there's still some more work to be done. FB's identity. FB's location. Unless I can figure out both, I'll never be able to break out of this world line. I call Moika's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap. Looks like we're searching for FB now. How exactly did you become a rounder? Honestly, I couldn't care less.
Four years ago, I tried to kill myself. I had no hope. I wanted to get away from everything.
Why?
No big reason. Little things, lots of things, piled up. I've always been like this.
In your family? Moika shakes her head a little.
But I didn't die. Afterwards, I got a mail. Recruiting rounders, it said. It was sent to hundreds of people, not just me.
Isn't that spam? Also, I forgot I should probably have my overlay on. That's why I click overlay instinctively, so people can see that was spam. Change that real quick. Ba-da-ba-da. There we go. Isn't that spam? Did the rounders really recruit like that?
Nothing mattered anymore, so on a whim, I replied. And then FB contacted me. Ever since, I followed FB's orders.
Were you always stationed in Akiba?
Until 3 months ago, I was in Nagawa. Before that, Yokohama. Before that,
The Rounders' chief duty is to acquire IBN 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro PCs. How many IBN 5100s have you found so far?
not even one.
No results? It sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much in return. So what now? Are you going to sit here wallowing in despair until you kill yourself 4 days from now? Or do you want to rebel against fate?
Belle?
Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This worldline has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. FB used you and threw you away. Accept it. And then ask yourself what you're gonna do about it.
Even if FB did use me, that was the only place I belonged. That was the first time in my entire life that I was needed. FB gave me purpose. To protect that purpose. To protect FB. I would do anything.
You're beyond hope. Drown in your dependence for all I care. Your death has already been decided. But I won't let fate have its way. I'm rebelling to the end. No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. It's midnight and Akiba is practically empty. The silence is eerie. There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBN 5100's size, I couldn't fit in the regular sized lockers. She must have put it in one of the large 3 lockers on the right. The light's on. The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBN 5100 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moika which locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? Let's try it. Just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab. Then I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. Just as I begin to pry, a shrill siren shatters the night. I look up to see the red lights of a patrol car coming this way. Their timing couldn't be worse. I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night, getting preached to by policemen. I conclude that this is another effort of a tractor field convergence. We really just tried to fucking break into a lock.
Good job.
No matter what I do, I cannot obtain an IBN 5100 on this world line. That is what fate has decreed. I get the police to call my father, and they finally release me. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moika's apartment. I tried calling her. I took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. Before I get there, I send Daru a mail. You put the IBN 5100 in the bottom right locker, correct?
How?
Out of all the lockers, only 3 could hold the IBN 5100. Out of those 3, only the bottom one was in use. If that's the one you used, then FB hasn't picked it up yet. Do you know what that means? It means that if we stake out the locker, you'll get to meet FB.
Huh?
It hasn't occurred to you. Some secret agent you are. I'm headed there now. You coming?
What will you do if you meet her?
borrow her phone. That's the best way to prevent Moeka from going to Yanabayashi Shrine.
I can't meet her. I'm too afraid. The real me could never live up to her expectations.
Something tells me her expectations were never that high to begin with. Just like Daru's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. I head across the street to Daibiru and begin the stakeout. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. So hungry. I'd love to go get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? What are you doing here?
I'll keep watch too. Is that okay?
Why the change of heart? You were comfortable with your male-only relationship, weren't you? I thought you wanted to maintain that distance. So what made you decide to risk a meeting?
At this rate, if I lose contact with FB, I'll lose my connection.
To the world? Moika nods faintly. You can't bear to be alone yourself. Yet you end an innocent girl's life because some person you never met told you to. A cultist. That's what you are. And her cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. It pisses me off. What's this? You brought this for me? Moika nods. Very well. You may join the stakeout. Now we can take turns watching. We'll also be less suspicious to the passersby. The night draws on, and still no sign of FB. We nap in 1-hour shifts, but it doesn't help the exhaustion. On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Like I can't keep a conversation going, so there's nothing I can do to starve off boredom. The wait finally ends just after 1 PM on the 13th. Someone comes to the lower right locker. Comes to open the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar. Is that FB?
He is a woman.
So, maybe she hired someone to pick it up. The man has the key to the locker. He pays the late fee with 100 yen coins, then removes the cardboard box with the IBAN 5100 inside. With a bit of effort, he manages to load the IBAN 5100 onto a pushcart and begins walking away. Follow him! When the man arrives at Akihabara Station, he leaves the cart next to him and begins reading a magazine. A short while after, a second man in a white t-shirt casually walks up past him. Taking the cart as he goes, the first guy doesn't even look up. Weird. What was the purpose of that transfer? Was this just a handoff from a collector to a transporter? At any rate, if we keep following the IBAN 5100, we should reach FB eventually. We follow the man into the station. I can't help but stare at his tattoo on his neck. Taking care not to be spotted, I continued to observe him. More than 30 minutes passed, and the man hardly moves a muscle. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic.
He's getting off.
We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we had to push our way through the boarding passengers. Not wanting to lose him in the crowd, I follow close behind him. But then I stop in my tracks. What? His suitcase is missing. What? Clever. They know how to lose a tail. I return to the lab and leap back an hour. I find myself inside the train. They'll make their move at Shinjuku. That guy's gonna get off, but he actually hands the package to someone else. He got us good just now.
Just now?
I just time leap from an hour in the future.
Time leaped?
The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. Give me your best train announcer voice, Nezumi.
Now arriving at Shinjuku.
I like it. The doors open and passengers spew out. I knew it. After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato. Snacking around the track, or snaking around the tracks, not snacking, what? Around the tracks that run through Tokyo like a web. Yamanote Line, Meguro Station, Namboku Line, Nagito Station, Yurakuchu Line, Ikebukuro Station, Fukutoshin Line, Shinjuku Sanakome Station, Toei Shinjuku Line, Kudanashita Station, Tozai Line, Kayabancho Line. I messed all those up really bad, I'm sorry. Whenever they give me the slip, I time leap and resume the chase. Finally, the courier and the package get aboard the Hibari line and return to Akihabara Station where it all began. I recognize the last courier. He's one of the men who raided the lab with Moika. A car honks its horn. Moika and I immediately hide. A muscular man hops out the truck. Hey, yo? What? No, it can't be. Why is he here?
My mind's blown. What the fuck?
Does this mean he's connected to FB? To the Rounders? What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's connected to the enemy... I shiver at the thought. As we continue to watch from a distance, Tenoji takes the suitcase and loads it onto the truck. Then he gets into the truck alone and takes off towards Showadari. I stare after it in disbelief. Mind fuck.
Well, now we know we have a direct line to CERN.
We do. I time leap several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explain the situation to Moika. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have a license, so Moika's driving. nervous. You look terrified. How long have you been driving?
First time.
Oh no. What? This is your first time? Oh, come on, just don't crash. I was surprised Moika had a license in the first place. Apparently FB told her it would come in handy for her rounder work. Finally, we arrive at Tanoji's house in Okachamachi.
What does this mean? Where is FB?
The question is, why did he bring it inside? Is he just holding on to it? Or... Moika insists that FB is a woman. So maybe it's Tanoji's wife, whom I never met. I have Moika show me one of FB's mails.
M4 is my codename. FB gave it to me.
Moika's a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 mails a day, but FB replied to every single one. You have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moika was so dependent on FB. So, time for another stakeout. We park a couple blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tanoji goes to work on his moped like usual. He returns after sunset. There's no sign of his daughter, Nai, or his wife. Something finally happens early Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., a white station wagon stops in front of Tanoji's house. And a number of men come flooding out. It's them. They're the rounders who raided the lab with Moika.
What now?
I'm interested in Tanoji's story, but the IBN 5100 will lead us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends at Narita International Airport. The 6 men, IBN 5100 in tow, board a plane headed for France. CERN's home country. What does this mean? Tanoji's wife might be FB. Since there's been no sign of FB this far, she must be an extremely cautious individual. But the evidence suggests only one possibility. On World Line Alpha 1, Moika's men attacked the night the time leap machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. It makes sense if you assume that Tanoji is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs the whole time we were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to. New message. It's from my Yuri.
I saw Orion last night. It was really pretty. I hope you were looking up at the same time, because then it would be like we were close by, even if we were really far away. Stars are romantic if you think like that, aren't they?
Yeah, I saw it too. First night in a while I've come to look at the stars. But I don't think it was Orion. That's a winter constellation. When we get back to Akiba, Moika and I start walking towards Tanoji's house. But on the way, I get an angry call from Kirisu demanding an update. So I decided to take care of that first.
I thought I asked you to keep me posted.
I've been busy.
Busy, right.
Kirisu glances at Moika. Were you worried about me?
Of course not. Why should I care what you're up to?
I sell. I did keep you posted. I made it in memes for the Discord. Wait, what? Put something in memes. Oh, haha.
It's just... Mayuri was really worried. I don't want to see her sad.
How you doing, Sal?
So, at least give her a call, okay?
Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever. This is true, except we just texted. I'm doing this to save Mayuri. I'm close to discovering our true enemy.
Our enemy, but... Isn't she our enemy?
She is an enemy, but we're cooperating in order to uncover the truth.
Isn't she the one who killed Mayuri?
Yes. However, Moika's just a pawn, and the one that no longer poses a threat. To save Mayuri, I need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone.
Whatever. So where are you going now? Take me with you.
Have you gone mad, assistant mine?
I'm perfectly sane, and I'm not your assistant.
It could be dangerous.
Eh? Do I die today?
I've experienced the future, so I know who dies today. No, you don't die.
And there's no problem. This world line has essentially guaranteed my survival.
Right. Kirisu doesn't die today. Neither does Mayuri. The only person who dies today is... Kiryu Moika. Today, she kills herself. I've already told Moika her fate. But in spite of that, Moika doesn't seem upset. At least on the surface. She's expressionless as always. The only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Moika's not a strong woman. Beneath that expressionless mask, is she struggling against the fear of death? I decide to confront Tennoji directly. I have Kirisu stand guard from afar while Moika and I go inside. Not that we're planning to break in, we ring the doorbell like honest citizens. Tennoji soon opens the door and invites us into the living room. The divergence meter is sitting on its usual spot. I glance at the numbers.
Make yourselves at home.
It's just after dawn, much too early for guests. But Tennoji welcomes us with a smile. Take it to pray, Deadpool. You're an early riser, Mr. Braun.
Yeah? Gotta see my little girl off to school. I know it's summer break, but habits die hard.
Thank you for the holy water. Is your daughter still asleep?
Hey, you're thinking of trying something while she's sleeping? Touch her, and I'll break your head. Got it.
Don't worry. I'm more interested in his wife! The way that sounds. He showed me into the house, but she's nowhere to be found. Is she asleep too? Or could she be hiding somewhere? I like to do a thorough search of the house, but of course that's impossible. And then there's what he said just now about seeing Nai off to school. That sounded like something a single father would say. I suspect that FB was Tenoji's wife, but that may have been a mistake. PR route? Oh no. I need answers. But how do I get them? Moika is just staring at the floor. And whether or not Tenoji's wife is FB, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks. A few hours ago, 6 men stopped by this house to pick up a package, which they then delivered to France. You were there. I saw you.
And?
The package contained an IBN 5100. You know what that is, of course.
Yeah, the legendary retro PC.
Tenoji seems like a completely different person today. Are you just another courier? Or are you a rounder? Oh no.
Did you betray SM4?
No, wait!
M4 is Moika's codename. Something only FB should know.
Now, are you FP?
Ever heard of Ferdinand Braun?
Moika and I look at each other, confused by the sudden change of topic.
Come on, he was a Nobel Prize winning physicist who invented the Braun tube.
Tenoji has a thing for Braun tubes, I know that. What does it have to do with anything?
Ferdinand Braun. Initials?
B?
Now you get it.
Tenoji asked if we could talk elsewhere, so we left his house. I imagine he didn't want Nai overhearing him. Meeting up with Kurisu on the way, we follow him. We walk about 15 minutes to a construction site, and as we enter, Tenoji casually produces a handgun. The motion is so smooth and natural that I didn't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. The muzzle is pointed at Moika. What? What is he thinking, pulling a gun on us? Moika and I are unarmed. We didn't plan for this. Let me ask you one thing. Your wife.
She died, having Nai. Why?
No wonder I've never seen her. She was never there in the first place. Tenoji is FB. Josie, thank you for the lurk.
No, that can't be.
I thought I was your world, M4. No, you're running away?
We're at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe the direct approach would work. Now my recklessness is going to get us killed. No, not us. If nothing else, I'll be spared. This world doesn't want me dead today. My survival is guaranteed. Well, as long as the attractor field model holds true. However, Moika has no such protection. She dies today. It doesn't matter how. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. It doesn't matter. My goal is to obtain FB's cell phone and send an email to Moika in the past. That is the reason I'm here. So, you're a rounder. CERN's dog.
My dog? Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Is this who he really is? Was the gruff but good-hearted storekeeper just an act? I can't believe you're a rounder. Of all people. Hashida Suzu didn't give you a home just so you could turn it into a safe house for CERN!
You knew Suzu-san? You should have said something.
Tenoji and I haven't spoken about Suzuha on this world line.
Anyway, what gives you the right to speak for her, huh? She died 10 years ago. You were what, 8? How do you know how she'd feel?
She told me. My anger and frustration overwhelmed me. She was here, in this time, not 5 days ago.
I bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my duty. And I'll see it through. The rest is up to you. Change the future. Please?
It seems so long ago. But in reality, it's only been a couple days. She was right there, and you never knew it. Hashida Suzu, no. Amane Suzuha was a time traveler. She came from the future to stop CERN.
What?
You never noticed, FB? The woman who saved your life came from the year 2036. She was one of us, a lab member, the daughter of Hashida Itaru. Suzuha hated CERN. And here you are, a man who owes her everything, doing their dirty work. Is this how you honor Suzuha's memory?
Stop making shit up.
Did you turn out this way?
Fuck you. It's complicated.
Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse?
Are you really FB?
Tenoji sighs and lowers his gun.
Yeah, I am.
Hi Maru, how are you?
The males.
I wrote them. Why did I pretend to be a woman? Camouflage, obviously. Had to hide my identity. The internet's full of guys pretending to be girls. I gotta say though, M4, you send too much goddamn mail. Who has time for that shit? You better be grateful I bothered to reply.
No, FB was like a mother to me. I'd do anything for FB.
That was the point. It's easy to manipulate nutjobs like you. Just gotta give them something to cling to.
Enough.
Why did you stop emailing me?
Alright. Your usefulness ended the second you dropped off that IBN 5100.
I'm useless?
That was obvious. I've been telling her this whole time. Moika has been abandoned.
Recruiting members directly is bad for secrecy, but the Rounders make up for it by choosing expendable assets with nowhere else to go. Any member who finds an IBN 5100 is eliminated. No exceptions.
What? What is he saying?
That way, CERN gets to keep their secrets, plus have a cheap army of outcasts like us.
P.
We're all expendable, every last one of us. And it sucks, let me tell you. As soon as our job's done, they get rid of us. Guess that makes us cattle, not dogs. Disobey orders, and they go after your family. I can't let them touch my little girl, can I?
Wait. Don't!
Sorry for everything, Suzu-san. Really? How did I turn out this way?
Ripperino. He pulls the trigger. What? Why? Oh, didn't mean to skip that shit. Tenoji's massive body drops to the floor and sprawls out motionless. He's dead.
No. Why?
It's over. And I still don't understand what happened. Would he have killed himself even if we hadn't confronted him? Was his death too the will of fate? Tenoji had completed his mission. Maybe he chose to eliminate himself rather than face CERN's assassins. You fool. I bite down hard on my lip. Left your daughter all alone! He meant to protect her with his sacrifice, but what is Nai supposed to do now? How could you die with a smile? All rounders are expendable, he said. Does that mean FB was just another pawn? This is what it's like to die during a class he's no one known as me. Is that how CERN operates? That's insanity! This can't be real. Isn't I still asleep? Blissfully unaware of her father's suicide? How do I explain this to her? Should I run? Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain FB's phone. Once I send the D-mail and change the world line, all of this will be undone. I don't need to burden myself with unpleasant responsibilities. I could run away, escape like a coward, and no one would ever know. His phone. I need Tenoji's phone. I find Tenoji's phone in his jacket pocket. I spend the entire stakeout wondering how I get it from him. I was ready to kill him for it if I had to. But to think that he would kill himself. It must have been quite a shock to hear FB's confession. FB told her that she was useless. But in that case, why wasn't Moika killed? Hey, Moika. It's possible that FB did what he did so you could live. Maybe he did abandon you. Maybe by pushing you away, he was trying to keep you safe. This may just be wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions. But I want to believe that Tenoji did care for her. That there was a place for Moika somewhere.
Okabe, we need to send the D-mail now. Miss this chance, and you could be in a lot of trouble. Your goal is to save Mayuri, not to take revenge on CERN, right? I don't want anyone else to be hurt because of the machine we built.
Hey, Retro's going good. How are you? Yeah, you're right. I should send the D-mail and change the world line as soon as I can. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Do you think Daru's still in the lab?
I'll try calling.
I send the same message I tried to send earlier from Moika's phone. Or I'll send.
He said he'll be there in 5 minutes.
I'm over. That's Nai. That's Nai. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi.
An innocent greeting. A child's voice. Familiar. What is she doing here? How did she get here? Why did she come here?
What the fuck's happening?
Don't worry about it. The next instant, Moika drops to her knees.
What the fuck is happening?
Like a string-cut puppet. An innocent laugh. Hands dyed with blood. a cleaver in her hand.
What the fuck is happening?
And I think that's Carrie Sue saying no way.
No way. Yes way.
She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred.
I won't forgive you.
The venom in her voice chills me to the bone.
Daddy died because of you. I'll never forgive you. I'll kill you with my own 2 hands.
Damn, Ilya's back. Same character. I'm in shock. I can't move.
Okabe Rintaro. I'll come for you in 15 years. I hope you spend them quivering in terror. What the fuck? Where'd the knife go though? What?
I don't know. Oh,
I
she
think you
tosses-
left it.
Nai tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. She's Naruto running. What the hell was that? A demon? Was she possessed? My brain screams my body to move, but it's petrified. Her only reason here was just to kill Moika and then left. What about Moika? Moika's clothes are soaked in red. It's blood. Moika has been stabbed. Moika! She's my enemy. Hang in there! She killed my Yuri. Can you hear me? Moika! I can't understand her. I can't forgive her.
I killed someone precious to you.
Yes, you did. Countless times. Not on this world line, but on others.
This is my punishment.
The will of fate.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had nothing except FB. The only place I belonged. I would kill to protect it. You're right. They hate me. I'm sorry.
I forgive you. The words come to my lips unbidden. I forgive you. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Even if I forgive Moika, Nai will never stop hating us. Nevertheless, though, it may only provide a shred of comfort. I forgive you. She's no longer breathing.
Okabe. I think you should send a D-mail. Everything's ready at the lab.
Yeah. Moika and FB are gone. But Mayuri's fate cannot be avoided. The universe still demands her death. Hey, Christina. When I send the D-mail and change divergence, do you think Moika's fate will change?
Based on the attractor field model you spoke of. She'll be more likely to live if divergence exceeds 1%. Sorry. I wish I knew what to say.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna save.
So if you don't send it, does that mean you kill me twice in the same timeline?
Maybe, we're not sending it though, so. I take one last look at Moika's body lying there. Causality is a strange and terrifying thing. Moika, if you're going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. I am responsible for twisting your fate. And for twisting the fate of Tennoji Nai. I ruined that innocent girl's life, made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course. If I send the D-mail now, this world line will be undone. I should just think about Mayuri. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Is this really okay? Why won't my fingers move? I already know what I need to do. I put FB's phone in my pocket. I can't pretend I didn't see that. Nai's crime is partially my responsibility. I need to know what she meant when she promised to kill me 15 years from now. Time leaping. Back to the lab. Kirisu sighs, but I pretend not to hear it. So with this ending, I think we get to see what's going on with Nai. Let's you, Mumu.
Our enemy, but... Isn't she our enemy?
It's about 7 a.m., right?
Huh? Oh yeah, but where did that question come from?
After time leaping 2 hours back, I find myself in front of the station. After this comes the Tennoji residence. There is one other thing. There is one other thing experience has taught me. Today, Moika and Tennoji will die, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. I don't have the means to, and it isn't my problem. The problem is Nai. We arrive in front of Tennoji's house just like we did before I time leaped. I trace the same conversation, the same actions as last time, and I wait. And then... Tennoji shoots himself in the head. The sudden violence shocks Moika and Kirisu, but I'm already injured to it. I've seen it all before. I'm sorry, Tennoji, but I don't feel anything at this point. I can't. I immediately look around. Not the... That's the anime stare. The camera angle. There she is. Nai is spying on us from afar, her eyes ablaze with a hatred beyond her years. You ready to be a yandere, Amumu?
Huh?
Go kind of yandere. I guess not really yandere, more just psycho. As her eyes meet, Nai turns and runs away. Naruto, run.
This bitch Naruto.
You have games on your phone. Wait. I shouldn't be laughing at this point. Nai is still running, ignoring my calls to stop. So when we started this is the whole scene I wanted to see animated, because the part of her killing was in the anime, but not this part that comes up. So I'm excited to see this in anime form. After telling Moika to stay put, and Kiryu to look for Tenoji's phone, I chase after Nai. She's just a child. I close in on her quickly. Nai occasionally looking back at me and grinding her teeth. Eventually runs into a fenced-off construction site. Stop! Unexpected, Nai slows down and eventually stops to catch her breath. From the sound of her breathing, she must be at her limit. Are you really Noji Nai? You plan to kill Kiryu Moika after this, don't you?
That's right.
Revenge for your father?
You and Kiryu Moika killed Daddy.
Your dad killed himself. He blew his own brains out. He would have done it even if we hadn't been there. It's not our fault.
I don't care.
What?
Kiryu Moika was there when Daddy died, but she didn't stop him. I won't forgive her. Nor you, Okabe Rintaro. If you hadn't gotten involved, Daddy wouldn't have died.
Wait, is she blaming me for finding the IBN 5100? How the hell was I supposed to know?
But I won't kill you now. I can't. I'll kill you in 15 years. Keep living in fear until then.
Who are you? She isn't Tenoji Nai. What do you mean, you'll kill me in 15 years?
Exactly what it sounds like. 15 years from now, I killed you.
Killed? Why is she using past tense? Did she... time leap? Nai suddenly whips out a knife. Caught completely off guard, I collapse onto the floor. Damn it. For a moment I panic, but somehow I manage to convince myself that I'm fine. I won't die here, I tell myself. This world line won't accept that. It's just like Nai said herself. It's not that she won't kill me. She can't. If she tried, something surely would interfere.
Wanna hear how I killed you? In the future, you were one of the founders of the resistance against CERN. But I captured you, and imprisoned you, and tortured you every which way I could think of. You cried and screamed and begged for your life, all while covered in piss and shit. You were one sorry sight, Okabe Rintaro. After I ran out of things to do, I finally slit your throat. And then I stabbed you. Over and over and over again. So many times I don't even remember. That's how your life is going to end. That's your punishment for murdering Daddy.
My nerves burst into flame, not just in my arm but throughout my entire body. The pain forces the air out of my lungs in a blood-curdling scream. I can't shake off Nai's hands.
Cern confiscated your time leap machine and kept it locked away untouched until I came for it. After I became a rounder and killed you, I used that time leap machine to come all the way back here. It was hard, let me tell you. That piece of shit can't leap more than 48 hours at a time.
Travel 15 years. If 48-hour increments would take... Jesus Christ.
2,738 leaps. I messed up a few times though, so it's really more like twice that, at least. I kinda lost count after a while.
I knew it. When I came to this world line, I went back to the lab after learning of Moika's suicide. And once I got there, I found evidence someone had used the time leap machine. So that was Nai's final time leap.
Revenge is all I lived for. I won't let anyone get in my way. I will kill Kiryu Moika with my own 2 hands. I won't let that bitch kill herself. She doesn't deserve to go out easy.
You leapt 15 years just for that? She's insane.
Just for that? It might not mean much to you, but to me, killing you two means everything!
So, you kill Moika. What comes next?
Next?
Are you gonna repeat those 15 years all over again?
Huh. What do I care about those 15 years? There's nothing for me there. I don't need anything from you now. Just wait in fear and regret, Okabe Rintaro, until I come for you in 15 years.
Naruto, run. That girl's disconnected from causality just like I am. And after time leaping thousands of times, she exacted that revenge. How will she live those 15 years the second time around? Will she kill me again? The thought squeezes my heart like a vice. Does time travel bring nothing but pain? I think that's Makise. Kibisu.
Okabe! What happened? Are you okay?
The phone.
I brought it, but... Hey, tell me what happened, will you? Should I call an ambulance?
Calm down. I'm gonna send the email now.
Right. If the world light changes, then this wound will go away.
Who cares about my wound? More importantly, by changing the world line, FB's Tanoji's death, the damage to Nai's soul, and Moika's imminent murder will all be undone. I think he wanted to save Moika. Perhaps that was just wishful thinking. However, I hope it works out on the Beta world line. They are the enemy. I should hate them for killing my Yuri. Or hate them. But in some sense, Tanoji, Moika, and Nai are all just victims of my foolish experiments. I pray that they can live normal lives, at least on the Beta world line. For their sake as well as my Yuri's, I must send this email. I'm sorry, Nai. Once this email is sent, this world line will be undone. But I can't let you have your revenge. The world shatters, warps, and reforms. I head straight for Moika's apartment.
Okabe-kun, how did you know where I...
Let me kill some time here. Moika's right in front of me, but she sends me a mail. Feels like forever since we last conversed like this. What do you mean? FB told you to stop? So FB's still alive. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Moika just said. FB cancelled her mission to retrieve the IBN 5100?
Doing your duty sets you up for disposal. So, we're more like cattle than dogs.
I recall his last words. Perhaps he canceled her mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. If that's the truth, then maybe he really was trying to save Moika.
Live in fear and regret, Okabe Rintaro, until we meet again in 15 years.
I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I won't fear you, Nai, nor will I repent. That world line has already been undone. But how will things turn out on this new world line? No, there's no point in thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBM 5100 should already be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. On my way back to the lab, I stopped by the Brontube workshop and peeked in through the window. The 42-inch CRT is powered on, and Tanoji, FB, is lounging in front of it, reading the sports pages. FB is still alive. His daughter Naya has no reason to hate anyone now. I climb the stairs to the lab. No message. From my Yuri.
Akairan's been acting strange lately, so Mayushi didn't go to the Kamima today. Are you at the lab? Maybe I'll go there now. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, you know? We usually see each other every day, so it's really lonely. I know it's only been 4 days at most, but I'm used to being with you all the time. I'm your hostage, remember? Don't let go.
It's here! I was right. The long battle is finally over. Daru! Daru! Where's my super hacker?
He's not here. He went to Komima, remember?
In that case, he won't return until evening. I can't wait that long. So I fire up the time machine and leap. Daru! Christina. It's time for the final phase of Operation Vertandi. The IBN 5100. Daru.
Yeah?
Listen to me, man. We have an IBN 5100.
Of course we do. You're the one who found it, Okarin.
Yes. Yes, I did. I found it at Yanabayashi Shrine.
Have you been drinking too much soda?
A question, Daru. Have you researched how to use the IBN 5100?
Huh? Well, yeah, I guess. Can you believe I did it while preparing for Komima? I'm like a saint or something. They'd knight me for this in England.
Then we shall call you Sir Super Haka.
Hell no.
Well, you guys shut up. You're giving me a headache.
If Daru knows how to use the IBN 5100, then we can hack into CERN right now. Hear me, lab mems. My Yuri's not here, but that's actually more convenient. Our long struggle has at last reached its climax. Ragnarok is at hand. Now we must deliver the delusive blow, I cannot speak. With the power of the IBN 5100, we shall crack CERN's most secure database and destroy it from the inside. Through the cowardly apparatus known as Echelon, the enemy has acquired precious intelligence on our activities. Now they plot to steal our sacred time machine, upon which rests the hopes and dreams of all mankind. Beneath its scholarly trappings, CERN is a hive of scum and villainy, of men who would sacrifice innocent souls in their quest to rule all of space and time. But now we are poised to crush them with the hammer of justice! I said delusive, I meant decisive, yes. And when we do, they will know once and for all by whose hand the wheel of fate truly turns. When the sun sets upon the battlefield, the foul system that rules the world will crumble, and from the flames a new age will rise. An age of glorious, unfettered chaos!
Shut up! What are you talking about?
Nobody can know the darkness in Okarin's heart.
First, get your character straight. What kind of mad scientist talks about the hammer of justice?
Hi, Bob.
I guess he just got caught up in the heat of the moment. Maybe he regrets it now.
No worries, have a fun time with D&D. Come on, guys. Stop complaining and get ready.
Get ready?
To crack CERN! Weren't you listening?
I don't think that's a good idea.
When did you become a goody two-shoes? Where's your ambition?
Are you trying to get us... Oh, wait. Is that me? Or is
Yeah,
that
it's you. It's you.
Okay. Are you trying to get us arrested?
It's not the problem. It's taken me so long just to reach this point. This is my chance to escape the Alpha World Line and save my Yuri. I won't let anyone get in my way. Anyone!
Kabe.
Oh, why so serious, man?
To them, only half an hour has passed since the time loop machine was built. But to me, many days have passed since this ordeal began. Please, please hear me out. Or else my Yuri will die. And in 26 years, the world will be ruled by CERN. Suzuha's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Oh, he's shy.
It's not like I'm correcting it for you or anything, okay?
Oh god.
Sir Super Hacker, Tsundere version, is here to save the day. I couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. Hi Baron, how are you? And hello Terra. This all happened because of the very first email I sent to Daru. CERN incepted that email with the echelon and figured out what it meant. Then sent the rounders after us. I'm doing good. They will kill my Yuri, kidnap us, and steal the time leap machine. I tried to save my Yuri, but nothing worked. Every world line converged on the same results, just as the tractor field theory said they would.
You know, if this is all in your head, I think you got a career as a light novel author ahead of you.
Light novel, you say? Illustrated novels targeted primarily teenage and young adult males. Cover artwork often disciples of cute girls. It's true. All of it. To prevent my Yuri's death. And to free Suzuha's future from CERN. We need to escape the Alpha World Line. And I think we can do that by canceling all of our changes to the timeline so far. Wait, who are you gonna cosplay, Okabe? That should return us to the Beta World Line. The world line that existed before I sent that first email. There's just one more step. We need to erase the first email from CERN's database. Oh hell yeah. If I delete all my mail data from CERN's computer now, I should be able to achieve that goal.
Fascinating.
You believe in him, Makishi?
In theory, I'd like to see the objective data, but that's obviously impossible.
Relax. Your time leap machine worked perfectly.
Of course it did.
She doesn't deny it. That's just like Kirisu.
Besides, we were already planning to crack CERN's database, weren't we? Fine, let's see what's in there. If the mail data exists, then it's proof that what you said is true.
So, what you're saying is, don't think, feel. Got it.
You lost me.
What he meant to say was, don't think, do.
Done bridging them? I need to tinker with the settings a little, but We should be up and running in about 10 minutes.
Tara, I thought of the exact same thing when I just heard that. Alright.
So the first email started everything. Was it that weird one? The one that said I died or something?
Right. I found you dead at RowdyCon and sent Daru an email. Daru happened to be experimenting on the phone wave named subject to change at the time. So the discharge phenomenon occurred, and the mail was... Something is telling me to stop. Fear rises in my chest. A sudden, terribly certainty that I'm missing something vital. The very first email that started it all. Return to the world line that existed before I sent the first email.
One.
I was right. I'd missed something vital, something dire. The world line I set my sights on to save my Yuri. The world line upon which Suzuha staked her hope for the future. On that world line, my Yuri lives. On that world line, CERN fails. And on that world line, Makise Kirisu dies.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, and that goes right into chapter 10? Ooh, so we don't have to reload or anything. Interesting. I just want to go back and see if I do send that email, does it do the same thing? Because, I mean, I guess we did time leap and send the email at the end of that, right?
You just needed to kill me an extra time before you sent the email.
I just want to see if it takes us to the same spot. Or if any dialogue changes if we send it right after. And if not, we'll go back. But chapter 10 is the last chapter. And then after we do that, though, I have to go back and get the true ending and go do a bunch of shit. Which, luckily, I have a skip text option. Is it the same? Exact same, isn't it?
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's the exact same. Okay, let's go back here. Chapter 10. There was no doubt in my mind. This would solve everything. It was our one true answer. I thought that I had found the solution, that everything would be alright. Instead, I am left with a terrible choice. Kirisu. Or Mayuri. One of them must die. She.
It's going to be real. It's going to be me. Let's be real here.
I came here because I wanted to be alone. The day before yesterday, I abruptly canceled the attempt to attack CERN. What do I do? Let's say we go through the plan and delete the first email I sent. The one about Kirisu's death from CERN's database. That would return us to the Beta World line, where it all began. What would happen then? According to my predictions, our friend LabM004, Makise Kirisu, would disappear. Kirisu is not supposed to exist on August 15th. And so, I am left with two options. Option 1. Hack CERN with the IBN 5100 and erase the first email I sent, thus returning to the Beta World line. Kirisu will disappear, but Mayuri will live. CERN will never build a time machine, and the future will be free. Option 2. Don't hack CERN. Keep living here in the Alpha world line. Mayuri will die. CERN will gain control of space-time, and the future will be a dystopia where no one is free. I'm supposed to choose? How am I, of all people, supposed to make that choice? There's no way. I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. I know I should care. Suzuha entrusted her wish to me. Doesn't that make it my responsibility? But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. I must choose whom to save. I've spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu. She's one of us now, an integral part of the lab. And as I leapt through time again and again, she was the person I relied on the most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis. Always there to give me a push when I needed it most. I wouldn't even have the time loop machine if not for Kurisu. It's thanks to her I made it this far. After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did to save her. I would give anything, even my own life, to see her safe. I want to save Mayuri more than anything else. I will not let Mayuri die. I can't choose. I can't. Kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what this choice comes down to. Is this how it ends? Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku, Moeka. Is this what I sacrificed your memories for? Is there no other option? No loophole that would allow me to save them both. What if I use Suzuha's time machine? I could return to the Beta world line, then use her time machine to travel July 28th. No, that won't work. The reason Suzuha leapt to 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating a dystopia. That only occurs on this world line. If I escape the Alpha world line, the future Suzuha hoped for would become a reality. You should have no reason to leap back to 2010. On the Beta world line, Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Alright. Then what if I send Kurisu a warning via D-mail? I could warn her not to attend Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. No, that won't work either. The attractor field model still holds. Remember, causality converges. There's no way. I can't save her. I'm powerless against the will of fate. What should I do? Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. I canceled Moeka's D-mail. Plus, I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since. If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 6:30 and 7 p.m. that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision. I know it's unlikely. I understand from all my experiences so far, but still. Kamima runs for 3 straight days, from the 15th to the 17th. It's the final day. All I'm really doing is holding Mayuri's bags. Kamima is not really my thing. And the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side from time to time. Mayuri appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share. But most of the day I spend alone. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality. To empty my mind and forget my fears. But even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching.
We're finally home.
What are you gonna do now? Head straight home?
Actually, I was thinking of going to the lab.
Need something?
Not really, but it's been a while since I got to relax with a Chiron. I'm a little hungry, so I'll buy some juicy chicken #1 on the way.
Back to the lab then.
Hey, Chiron, why did you come with my Yushi today? You've never come with me to Kamima before. You're not interested in Moe, right?
I like robot anime. But not so much that I line up early in the morning for Kamima each year, like Daru and Mayuri do.
So why did you come with me today?
Well... to confirm your death. Those words pop into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? I want her to live, remember?
Well...
I just felt like it.
Oh.
Suddenly, silence. What else can I say? How do you tell someone they're going to die? Lukaku? I thought maybe you'd managed to get Lukaku to cosplay. So I came to laugh at him. Too bad he didn't come.
Yeah, Luka-kun would be super popular if he did come, though. People would take his picture and post it all over the internet. Then
Go
everyone
work
in the
your
world would see
cringe
how
9
cute
to
he is.
5.
The B-Key, thank you for the
I'll
raid!
be gaming.
How was your stream? Hello, 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 Raiders. My name is Class AVT, and once again, your local Catboy Fallen Angel. How's it going? Ba-da-ba-da. You're doing some just chatting. How was that? How was that? Did you have fun? Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I'm doing a voiceover of Steins Gate. Oh, I forgot to turn on my tits. 1
Again?
second, Yelzy. I always forget. It was amazing. That's good to hear. Thank you for saying church, Yelzy. I'm turning tits on. Give me 1 second. We are playing Steins Gate, a visual novel anime, and we are voicing it over with some friends of mine. If you're interested, definitely check them out. They're all amazing people. Type. If I can type correctly, Jesus Christ. There we go. And there we go, Yazi. You basically threw something at me. Good job.
After he became a superstar, Mayushi would see him on TV and think, wow, he's gone so far.
Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you, Ozzy. It's scary because it's true. Thank you, Ozzy.
Chiron. Thank you for today.
Why are you thanking me? He was cleared.
Well, like I said, this is the first time Okarine's ever come to Kabema with me.
Thank you, B. I thought you cleared the queue, Yossi, sorry.
It made my Yoshi really happy.
No, illegal.
Ah, but you know what would make me even happier? If you cosplay next time.
Yeah, I'll think about it. That's right. Don't think negative thoughts. Think about a fun, bright future.
Really? You'll cosplay for me?
Only if you cosplay too. Lukako too. And Christina, of course. Convince them to cosplay first. If you manage that, then I, the great and insane mad scientist Hyoyin Kyoma, will grace Kamima with my august presence. All of us laughing and smiling together. Just imagine a future like that.
Wow, it's gonna be tough. But it sounds really fun, too. Besides, I think Chris-chan secretly wants to cosplay. So there's hope. Miyashi's gonna do her best.
I thought she was gonna drop and die right there. That would have been really sad. We arrive at the lab.
You have a few more minutes before you kill me.
I guess, yeah, I've got a bad feeling about this. Is Moika going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Moika and Tennoji. But that has already been undone. This is the new world line. The Rounders are still alive and they're still after the time loop machine. Wait here, Mayuri. I walk down the street towards Kuramabashi Dori. I'm careful not to take my eyes off Mayuri. I surveyed the surroundings, searching for any signs of enemy presence. Oh. Oh shit, I'm gonna jinx myself. What? What do I do? What do I do? Will I die in Mayuri's place? If that will save her, if that will end this, then maybe it's for the best. No, I don't want to die yet. Two contradictory emotions collide in my mind. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Will I be the one to die?
Ocarine.
Something slams in my back. And there, lying in the center of the road, is Mayuri. Fuck! Can't have anything nice.
You should have moved.
Mayuri!
And death counter, go up one.
Yep.
We're up to 3 today.
Did she protect me? That's not what I wanted.
Oh, Curry.
Mayuri, I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Finally, Mayushi was...
Her hand wanders as if seeking something.
useful to Ocarine.
What? But this time, it's too much. This time, it's all my fault. Yuri... Can't see the stars from here. How could this happen? Why did she have to die like this? What possible meaning could this death have? Mayuri's death can't be avoided. What do you mean you're finally useful? Tell me, Mayuri! The sky is blue. I'm on the roof of the lab after going back 54 hours with 2 time leaps. I wanted more time to think. That's why I came back. But how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. Suzuha told me that 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractor field level. I think that divergence had already commenced by the time I sent the D-mail reporting Kirisu's death. So, when did divergence begin? Now that I think about it, reading Steiner activated that day. When I sent that D-mail that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Akiba suddenly vanished. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha World line. The real problem is the timing of the D-mail. I moved to the Alpha World line after Kirisu died. If I had sent that D-mail before she died, then I might have been able to intervene, even now on this world line. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. What if I identify the murderer and send them a D-mail warning them off? Would that prevent her death? The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. Is there really no way to save Kirisu?
There you are. What are you doing here?
Nothing. How did you know I was here?
You said you wanted to be alone. I ran the numbers and concluded that you had the greatest possibility of... I had the greatest possibility of finding you here.
Then leave me alone. You don't have to look for me like I'm not a lost little boy.
Hey! Is that how you treat someone who's worried about you? Not that I was worried about you or anything. I was going to leave you alone at first. You've been acting weird the last couple of days. I mean, you're always weird, but more than usual. You look like a kid forced to eat crappy oatmeal. What happened? Then why did you cancel the cracking of CERN?
You're the one who said we shouldn't.
Oh, so you're afraid of triggering arrest flags. I get it.
You shouldn't praise me for obeying the law for a change.
That's not like you at all. What happened to your ego? What happened to the insane mad scientist Hyoyin Kyo?
To hell with my ego! This time, it's not that simple. I forced my ego on others before. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save my Yuri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare. I have to choose which friend to let die. It would be so much easier if I knew what was right.
Which friend to let die? What are you talking about?
I'm just a student, Christina. You know? The insane mad scientist Hyoin Kyoma? It's just a fantasy there's just a fantasy character I made up. Bet you had no idea.
I may have figured that out when we first met.
When we first met. What if I hadn't found Kirisu's body back then? If I hadn't seen Kirisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before the seminar at ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She wouldn't have come to the lab. Ultimately, we would never have built the time loop machine, leaving me without the means to save my Yuri. We would not be as close as we are right now.
Tell me, Okabe, what do you mean?
Do I have to tell you?
You've never hesitated to ask me for help before. Don't hold back now.
Then, prepare yourself. What I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. And it could also be your death sentence.
Huh?
Remember what I told you before? When we delete the D-mail from CERN's database, we'll reach the beta world line, where my Yuri doesn't die.
And where CERN doesn't take over the world, right? Everyone lives, everyone is free. You made it sound perfect.
Perfect? It's anything but. Remember the D-mail that started it all? On the beta world line, the events described in that D-mail actually happened. Kirisu's a genius. I have no doubt that she understands. There's a reason I thought she was dead. Kirisu. On the beta world line, you die on July 28th. And according to the attractor field model, nothing can prevent that from happening. If I want to save my Yuri, I have no choice but to let you die. Kirisu says nothing. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting.
Hey, Okabe. How credible do you find this attractor field model?
Incredible?
It's all second-hand info from John Teeter, from Amane-san, isn't it? I get that it's the accepted model in 2036. But how exactly did scientists prove the existence of a tractor field?
Are you trying to say the model may be wrong? But I know for certain that convergence exists. I've experienced it firsthand.
Even if they're right about convergence, what about the relationship between world lines?
The moment I change world lines, everything is reconstructed. Past, present, and future.
But that's just from your perspective, Okabe. Once you go to the beta world line, the me that your brain perceives will die. In other words, your perspective will have chosen the world line where I die instead of the one where I don't. However, why can't the world your brain perceives be different from the world my brain perceives?
Different worlds for each brain, huh? I forget her specialty was neuroscience. So you're saying world lines are independent?
Like trains, maybe.
Trains?
Let me give you an easy example. If I want to take the train from Akiba to Yokohama, which route should I use? You chose to take the Yamanote line to Tokyo Station, then transfer to Tokaido Main Line for the rest of your trip. But I take the Yamanote line to Osaki, then transfer to the Shonan Shinjuku line. Another person, say Hashida-san, might decide to take the Keihim Toko line for some reason. And Mayuri might ride the Shinkansen from Tokyo. You and I ride the same train until Tokyo Station, but from there, we ride different lines, while still aiming for the same destination.
That applies to this, and that applies to the universe? You're claiming the existence of parallel worlds?
I like to use my imagination too sometimes. But where's the proof that there's only one world?
Suzuha said so. And then there's reading Steiner.
In other words, an unknown time traveler and your unexplainable superpower.
But we knew Suzuha.
There's no way to prove that she was Hashida's daughter, or anything she said about 2036 either. Not without going there ourselves. And if reading Steiner is what you say, then it means that your subjective experience influences the memories of every single human being. That's completely absurd, Okabe. If it's true, then you're literally a god.
Okay, what did I miss? Basically we're just deciding how we can save both Mayuri and Kirisu at this point.
But there are no gods in reality. The world doesn't revolve around you. It's just your brain making you believe that it does. If that makes you this world's god, then I must be a god too. My brain is just as big as yours.
What are you trying to say?
Let's say you choose the world line where I die. That doesn't mean I have to do the same. The fact is that I am standing here right now, observing the world with my own subjectivity. I already exist on a world line where I don't die. Even if your perspective shifts to the beta world line, my perspective might remain here. It's a question of whether the soul lies, and I won't let you have your way with my soul.
No true scientist would accept a hypothesis that flimsy.
But there's a chance I'm right. So you have nothing to worry about. The problem is that you don't want me to that you don't want to let me die, right? But if my hypothesis is correct, I'll still be alive on another possible world line. So there's no reason to be afraid.
It's just a hypothesis.
The same is true of attractor fields. It hasn't been proven. Even if someone did prove it by 2036, that doesn't help us here in the present. In other words, anything is possible.
It's an armchair theory. How can Kirisu stay so calm?
You really don't have to worry about me, Okabe. It would just hurt my pride if you did.
Don't say it like that.
Your phone's ringing.
Oh, yeah, it's Mayuri.
Answer it. I don't mind.
Hello? Mayuri?
Yeah?
What's wrong?
I heard from Daru-kun that Kairon's been acting kinda strange. Mayushi was so preoccupied with Kamima, she didn't really notice. Even though she usually notices right away when a Kairon's not happy. I'm sorry, Kairon.
Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong.
Did something happen? Kairon.
I can't tell her. I can't. I've kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be. There's nothing wrong. They get the box truck and water.
Oh. You know, you used to talk to Mayushi about a lot of things. Remember? Like, the organizations for leaders. Their names are Back Turkish, Virginian Burt, Balloon Drag Queen, and White-Eye Gore, right?
Black Tortoise, Vermilion Bird, Blue Dragon, and White Tiger.
Yeah, that. You know, it was really fun talking to a Kairon about stuff like that. But now... Kairon, if Mayushi's a burden, just say so, okay?
What? I never...
I'm hanging up now. If you feel like talking to Mayushi about anything, just call, okay? Toot-toot.
She hung up on me.
What did Mayuri say?
How are you a burden? Don't say things like that, damn it! Why is she only serious at times like this?
A burden, huh?
I've never felt Mayuri was a burden. Not once.
And you should tell her that.
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. Either way, I can't tell her the truth.
Okabe. The old you wouldn't have worried about anything. Anyway, you should go see Mayuri. I'm sure she has a lot to say.
She's right. Even if I don't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something. And I think that's a good ending point for us. As we approach the end slowly, but surely. I saved that in the wrong spot. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Okay. Well, that was a crazy episode. Jesus Christ, a lot happened.
Killed me 3 times.
I did kill you multiple times. Or, you did die. It wasn't me killing you. You know what I mean.
Killed me twice.
My murder's being plotted as we speak.
Why don't I just
Welcome to
die?
the club.
The good ending is just me dying. Letting you all live. These
What if
games,
that
why
was
don't
the
the main,
answer
why
all
don't,
along?
yeah, why doesn't the MC ever just die and just let everyone else live happily? Sag. Okay. I loved your reactions, by the way, Mumu, when
I figured you
You
wanted
find
to
out-
hear them.
when you find out Mr. Braun
I
was
can't
around her
believe
and
it. He
die.
seems like such a good. I think I've gotten like everything else in this series right in my head, except that. Like,
Yeah,
You
it's
didn't
such a plot
expect Nye
twist.
to go on a murder spree?
no, you know. Now that I think about it, I feel like Classy gives me like the little girl killers, so it kind of makes sense now that I think about it. But
That is
To be
true.
fair, yeah, I mean, I guess.
Mumu gets the killers, I get to die.
All right.
I either become a killer or become God. There's no in between.
Basically. Hmm. Gotta find somebody to raid.
Can't wait for the moment to play both a god and a killer.
I'm gonna send you off to. I would say after Sal is playing Phasmo. Said hi to them in a little while. I will be back on Tuesday. Wait, I might not be back on Tuesday. I'll try to be back. I'll be back on Tuesday. You know what? I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll just be a bit late, later than normal. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Alright, everyone, thank you for joining me. Give Sal some love. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Why did the... Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I'll take
We're
that into
idiots.
consideration
We're
the next
idiots.
time I
We're idiots.
voice act for you.
Classy!